Hi everyone, I'm Echoes and I'm a VTuber. So we finally get the return of Suletta Sundays. Woo, yay! Um, it's been such a long time since this season ended in the beginning of January, and we're finally starting season 2. It's fine. It's so nice getting to do something completely new and fresh, and we don't know what's gonna happen yet. As the other shows I'm reacting to, I've already read the manga, so sadly things aren't that surprising. But this one is the one that we still have much to learn and lots of things to discover. And yeah, so this episode's really good. We get a general a bit of a fight scene in the beginning, and then we get some setup for the next episode. Um and also I'm thinking as well that just before we start, that I'm gonna be providing a Discord link in the description of all of the Gundam Witch from Mercury videos. I am not concluded for the other ones because they don't really need discussion, but this series does. So it's just an option in case if you want to join, in case if you want to talk with other fellow fans, or you want to just discuss with the series with other people, kind of thing. Because obviously I do appreciate my comments. I love them very, very, very much. I love responding to them all the time. But this is more just sort of an outlet in case of people just want to just talk about stuff. So yeah. It's alright, we'll get started. So yeah. So in the beginning we have pretty much a duel with Suletta, and it's something called a serial battle, which means that Suletta has to fight a series of battles. And you can see here, we break it down. So if any of the challengers should defeat the holder, the victor shall continue battling the subsequent challenges. Yes. And then we have the rankings. So we see here, we have Suletta still on top, followed by Shadiq Zanelli and Elan Saris. We have their rank, their number, their name, and their odds. I don't know if the odds is like win to loss or loss to win to lose ratio, or the reverse, but you can see, and then we have a whole bunch of unknowns after them. But yeah. So it looks like, yeah. So you can see, most likely, yeah. So we'll see how things change with the battle. The last pilot standing will be the new holder. So in a way, this is the most strenuous on the holder because the holder has to do the most battles in a row. Official duel approved by the dueling committee. Witness shall be me, which is the Elan series number 5. Because if you remember, the previous one is incinerated, so. Then we have Yas Felsurolo representing Turk. Gripping my style. And then Rennie is representing the Grassley. And they also have Miss Sabina as well. Roster's as thin as yours. 2 fangirls, because they're both a fan of each respective houses. And here's Cecilia. Don't be rude by Elan. It's all plain nice. You can see that he has this incredibly big fake smile on his face. And this guy, I forgot his name. This kid right here says that Elan has changed, right? I'd say he's a different person, says Cecilia. So, yeah, pretty on the nose right there. Definitely a different person. Cough, cough, cough. Alright, let's go. And then we have some new mobile suits as well. You can see Nika has kind of been out of it for a while, but yeah. And the Suletta is going to be starting her series battle Aka Gauntlet with Ariel. Especially the Ariel in the new form, since it has the flight attachments. Victor's never decided by nor the skill of the pilot alone. Mercury punch. The serial battle, just rest when you can. Yep. Yeah, going in all sorts of terrain. Oh, with your new look, lol. In a way, yeah, can't they put up a fight? In a way, they're just all cannon fodder for her. Just a little place to get a little extra practice. At least one hit. Damn. Why is only the Mercurian, yeah. After all, she's Mistress Holder who crushed the 3 top branches, yeah. This year battle is the best way to beat her. Taking obligation to Holder's dueling. Obligation, yeah. And here's where the Haro speaks. Nice, the first time we had the Haro speak this season. As long as there are challengers, the holder must accept the duel once every 2 weeks. That's an important bit. With the arrow being rebuilt, 5 duels were postponed by a special exception. Yeah, she defeats them flawlessly. And she says that she made a promise to never lose. So until the day of Miss Mire's birthday, she'll continue to win. Rebuilt Ariel now surpasses any other machine in the Banner group. It's truly too powerful. Also creeps me out. No plans to challenge her again. That's not the company policy. Yeah, so yeah, Elon's not going to do anything until the company, his company will decide for him. Then we had the opening. There's not as much. I don't know if this has a story connected to it like the other one does. But it's cool. We have some cool visual effects with like this phone, and then we also have Guel kind of, sort of in the darkness, I guess. And we have everyone take over their new roles and things. Also, this part I think is interesting though. So right in the opening, we have see Guel here is sort of sitting up and going his own way. And then we have Elon. But the question is, it's hard to say if this is just an implication of how all the Elons are just the same face, but there's a different soul underneath. A different person underneath. But yeah, I'm kind of curious of what this whole scene is. It's very, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Then we have a bit of fighting. But what's good is that we see that, in general, in this opening, Suletta is so much more assertive than she usually was in the first one. So in a way, it's a form of growth for her. But yeah. Oh yeah, and then now we get the title screen, Envoys from Earth. As they mentioned that currently their school has open house, so for 3 days, starting tomorrow, prospective students will visit their school. So it's a good excuse for students to visit the campus and get prospective students. They'll attend mock classes and lectures, and current students will organize events, like a festival. Having fun in total ignorance, yeah. It's not their fault. They don't really know, yeah. Talk about all the media reporting on planet Quetra was seen as an accident, and everything has been hushed up, yeah. Yeah, they can't say anything because it's all covered up. Stuff, yeah. And they're scared about getting in danger again, but Suletta and Ariel will protect them all. Suletta's in good spirits. She went outside the plant. Oh, Mirene? When's she coming back? Yeah, so pretty much we have Mirene being at the Banner group front, right here. As her father is currently in a coma and dealing with, recovering from a spinal injury. So what's interesting here is that he isn't using the gun format technology to save his life, which I found kind of interesting. Whether it was loss or whether he himself is very much opposed, he's, I guess, biting the bullet, I guess. Here, the doctor says that Mireille should rest. And then we see here is that Shidik is using his proof about how at Plant Quetra, the crime was committed by Dawn of Fold, their anti-Spacian group. He's pretty much just covering up his own tracks. True that Jaturk suits were used, evidence, as you can see he's currently blaming the Jaturk group for everything, which is to be expected. He's a crafty guy, as they're called the Salters. He must be purchase route. And you can see here is that Lauda Neal is Guel's younger brother is taking over from his father and his brother because his father's dead. His brother's still AFK. So there are two machines with unregistered permit ID codes, and then they're both Gundams. So we have the third and the I think I forgot their names. So the T and U, yeah, the two different types of mobile Gundams. Heinous actions of these Earthians have left Prince Delling near death and robbed us of our comrade Vim Jaturk. We won't forgive them. So discreetly we must find those responsible. Settle with their own hands. Battle with for the big dignity of the Bennett group. So yeah, so you can see that Shadiq's dad is pretty much ordering fleets of mobile suits to look for Donna Fold. Though as we are aware, Shadiq has a very strong connection with Donna Fold, so Shadiq's gonna be hiding them because it doesn't really benefit him to have everything he has been doing exposed, as is all in a way his plan for power. Time to join together. If she gets out, our company's credibility will be ruined. But also, he's not completely unaware. But he doesn't know where the Gundams are from, though. Not to leave campus until things die down. You can see here Shadiq was talking with his father. It looks like he says that he's fallen behind in the succession race. Selected on that. What's next? And then he says he'll go drag his father inside his plan. And that's why he summoned two people, which will be revealed shortly. We'll be questioning Miss Rena a little longer as purchase of interest. Won't be able to speak with her just yet. Won't call you for permission. Is the plan still bothering you? I'm your mother. That moment. Yeah, so you can hear that Suletta right here is sort of contemplating her actions. I can't help wondering if there was a better way. And gone to rescue, and then you see her mother here is just saying that if she didn't do anything, they would have died, which is not wrong, and that she did the right thing. It's in a way, I wonder if it's her mother still trying to brainwash her or not, or just being trying to be motivational, because you can tell that she's still under her mother's influence. Of course, I'm sure she'll understand eventually. And now we continue with Suletta's mom asking about whether her assistant has found the source of the Gundams, but it looks like they're still investigating. Yeah, Godoy, right? And here you can see that Suletta is meeting up with Nika, as Nika looks like is doing some repair work, as Ariel wants to talk with Ariel, get some life advice. It'd be interesting if we get a later scene with her showing us her talking with the Ariel, but so far we haven't done that yet. And she's also asking if Nika's okay because she's been kind of out of it. I might not be able to help, but yeah, she's a precious friend. Yeah, you can see that Nika here is still feeling guilt, which is why she's saying that Suletta is being amazing right now. As during the attack, you boarded Ariel to help me, Rene. You could tell that she was also scared here. But her mom's with her. She always helps her move forward. And then she also says her motto again. Right here. Run in gain 1, move forward in gain 2. Motto and I share. And then we get the introduction of our two mysterious people, Sophie and Norea. Our good old witches. And also what's interesting here is you can see that Sophie is somewhat smaller than Suletta. She's quite a bit shorter. And you can see Sophie calls her big sister. Yeah, it looks like you can see here is that they want to join the Earthian house because they're Earthians too. Oh yeah, and then we have here their profiles. So see that they're MPs. They have the no data, no house, no criminal record. They are criminals though. It just cover up obviously. And then we have recommendation from Dara Materials, which is the company that they're under, but it is later revealed that's obviously not a real company. They're pilot majors. all the transfer schools in the middle of the term. Yeah, and you can see that Elon's here because he has the direct connection with the Gundam company as part of the Pale group. Sure to take things personally. The Earthians are welcome here. What's more, they removed their stuff. Oh yeah, I can see here that it's this is Sophie's family. Her that represent her parents and her siblings. I don't really know if she actually has parents or siblings because they're believed to be orphaned, right? But maybe she remembers her family. No interest in going to school. Yeah, you can see that she covers up. She said, "Oh, we saw the PR video," but in reality, she fought against Suletta herself. Yeah. Sophie, as your big sister, if you do your best to teach you. And then you see here Nika is registered within the group, but doesn't exist, right? She's confronting them. They're right, we're just like you. It's a dummy company set up by the prince, which is Shadiq. And what's your objective? Talk as if you're a victim in all of this. Grateful to you, at least. All about you. What a lovely dream. Yeah, I can see I can see that Norea is threatening Nika with a knife. Working with the prince, but hopefully none of us will be exposed, yeah. They're all she's just trying to hide their I guess their identities. So yeah, Suletta is helping show Sophie around, which is really cute. She's eating this guy's food, poor guy. Oh yeah, this part's kind of interesting where you have the toys here. Oh yeah, with Haro replacing the this giraffe here. Makes me wonder if that's supposed to imply like something in the future. They usually pretty on the nose with that. And here Elon's trying to take Suletta away, but Sophie takes her away instead because she's a lot more proactive. See, he's like, oh, I gotta change things up. What my prior methods didn't work. He asks her about whether she's touring, and you can see here that she's drawing. She has clean, well circular air, and she shows a corpse with spiders, and now sky vivid blue with the abandoned buildings. Then here we have the snake skin, cheerful, smiling face. It's all like interesting contrast to her words because she actually doesn't mean them at all. She says it makes her sick. Yeah, very anti-Spacian for sure. And he says, sounds like we'll get along. So in a way, they're like-minded. And you see here, so he notices that he's missing something, which is revealed later. And you hear that Nika is trying to contact Shadiq, but isn't able to. Or Donnafold. Some go-between I am, yeah. And you can see here is Martin's telling her that at Planet Quattro you saved us from harm. He's responsible, but he wants to know more, but she's not able to say anything because of her role. It's nothing. Yeah, he says, I didn't want to die, so I sent a separate SOS. That's all. You can tell Martin here doesn't really believe her that much because he knows Nika too well. That in a way, she really did do it in order to save them all, not just herself. But yeah, but she's unable to do it, so they set the booth, try and make some money. Oh yeah, and they enter something called a rumble ring. And what's the rumble ring? A battle royal style mock battle held on the last day of open campus. Current students must demonstrate their skills in the company's mobile suits. Holder has to participate every year. Yeah. And Suletta didn't know. Nika's missing. And then see that looks like Shadiq sent them to investigate the Fair Act. Different lineage from or Thorn. Yeah, Thorn is the word. And that's why she stole Elon's phone. Have what they're holding. She's great, but yeah, she doesn't feel as thrilled. It's probably a battle adrenaline kind of thing. Gun format is protect to get away from the Fair Act. See here that Nika's trying to put a stand. Maybe she's motivated by Suletta herself. But yeah, after all, we don't know who we've been in contact with. But yeah, you could see that they don't take her serious at all. They don't see her as a threat. They just see her as someone to very much get in the way and dispose of. However hard you try, you cannot change things on Earth by yourself. You can see that Norea has very much a cynical look of the world, which is not wrong. It's probably brought up by their upbringing. Yet you still cling on to these lofty dreams. That's why I've always felt cheated, you must have realized. Earthian orphan couldn't just go to school without paying us back. And then you see here that Suletta saves Nika from getting stomped on, which is great. You can see she doesn't know what's going on, but don't hurt her. See, she also trying to get stomped on again. And they said, and Sophie is reminded, you can't just kill her because she's kind of important. Good to me, have blabbed her secrets. So you gotta run. Yeah, and here Suletta challenges them to a duel. Yeah, you can see their different ideologies right here. About mobile suits are tools for killing people. Duels are just ways to battle without death. And not true, because Gundams we used to save lives through medicine. So they decided to duel and also save Nika. So Big says that Gundams are just machines made for violence. But yeah. And that's the end of the episode, but we do have a post-credit scene, don't forget. So here we have, you can see Mirene is remembering Suletta because she still has the keychain that she gave her. Make your daughter do something like that. Save their lives, Suletta was desperate. Be friends with her. But yeah, you can see that Mirene does really want to be friends with Suletta still. And also she's asking for a favor right here. Your file. So Suletta's mom is sending Mirene the Quiet Zero concept that's developed by her father. Here's where we finally get some information on this, which was only implied before, but we didn't know anything about it. Secret project President Delling was pursuing. Using the gun format network, we'll rewrite this. Using the gun formats network, we'll rewrite this into a world without war. So in a way, he's a pacifist. As if you can remember, Delling used to be a mercenary. So he's probably very experienced with the traumas of war. Because of that, he wants to create a peaceful world. Whether that's actually achievable is unclear. But also, I don't know how the gun format will be used to reformat the world without war, right? And you can see here, Prosper is asking her to take over the work of Quiet Zero. What they wish for. So yeah. So we get like a lot of like a bit of we've pretty much figured out what happened since the last episode. Delling is in a coma, Mirene is away, Suletta is still fighting to make up for battles while the Ariel is in repair. We have the two witches barging in from Earth, who are pretty much doing things under Shadiq, and very much are very willing to kill people. They don't really care about anyone. And then we have Suletta proposing the duel. We have the Rumble Royal, which will probably be a future battle. And yeah, and then Quiet Zero is probably the most interesting tidbit. So yeah, so you get a lot of good hints and tidbits for now. The whole dynamic has changed. The status quo is no longer the same anymore. So yeah, it's overall a really solid episode. I'm looking forward to watching the rest and continue to react to the future episodes. It's a lot of implications. Nothing quite concrete yet, but we're all setting up for something greater. So yeah. Thank you so much, and glad we have Suletta Sundays once again. It's going to be a good time.